Most everyone interested in crypto is coming with the interest in mind of getting rich. I mean, let's be real. Most of us aren't in it for the tech in the same way we are in terms of wealth building, whether that's because we want to avoid inflation, buy Bitcoin, or whether you are trying to get rich as fast as possible. The problem is, too many people are trying to get rich as fast as possible, and some of them even with like no capital. You cannot get rich in crypto without doing the work. The hard work is still necessary, and too many people are trying to treat crypto as this shortcut to like insane, crazy wealth, opposed to treating crypto as the tool that it is to start to accrue wealth long term over time. Everyone's trying to milk the most possible, squeeze every last drop out of it, and that's why they get destroyed. They're not thinking with a long term vision. They're trying to get rich tomorrow, go retire out to a beach in Thailand, and think that that's boom, life is complete, when it's not. The hard work is still the goal. You have to put the hard work in and then give it time in the market to actually reap the rewards. That goes for crypto, and that goes for DeFi as well. And I see a lot of people in my comments lately talking about like, oh, crypto is a scam, DeFi is a scam. And this is exactly why. Because they gamble their life savings away, and they're not putting it into a system that will actually make them money long term, preserve their capital, preserve their wealth, and grow it long term. And so, I got off our group coaching call today. It was a pretty good call talking about building systems. And I just want to kind of go over the process here of what even just your crypto journey looks like and why you will not be successful in crypto if you don't still work hard. Most of us, we're starting our crypto journey. We start researching Bitcoin. You fall in love with Bitcoin. Then maybe you start looking at alts, and then you learn a little things about crypto. Or maybe you found crypto through YouTube and you're seeing like the meme coin trenches. Like you discovered crypto that way. You're getting an even rougher upbringing. Like you're growing up in the trenches. You're on deck screen or finding these coins that launched 5 minutes ago. And you start to maybe expect these quick riches, right? Or maybe it's YouTubers telling you, oh, buy this coin, it's going to 10x by the end of this year. Or it's people telling you that you're going to hit it big in meme coins if you just commit and you learn how to trade. Or, yeah, people teaching you how to trade, too, on these exchanges where they're showing, hey, take out this much leverage, take this trade, put your stop loss here, and you do this consistently for the next 30 to 60 days, and you'll be a millionaire. Like, ha, 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 buy my course. Like, that's all just so wrong, right? Because everyone that falls into those pathways, they end up getting burned by crypto. And then they're the ones in my comments saying crypto's a scam. Why? Because they wanted quick riches. Because they were chasing overnight gains. So I had this little flow chart here. Are you expecting to get rich quick? Are you wanting to get rich long term? If you're someone that wants to get rich quick through crypto, you are going to burn yourself completely. You're going to chase these overnight gains. Overnight gains. And I've even seen some people succeed. I want to talk about the people that do make crazy gains overnight. There's people in our community. I'm thinking in the past, like probably like a year and a half ago. I can think of someone. We're going to call him Jay. A little initial here. He put $1,000 in some meme coin and he turned it into like 40 to 50 grand pretty much overnight, right? That is some short-term success, okay? And what this does is it builds this fucking addiction for this shit. Excuse my language a little bit there, but it builds this addiction to chase a $1,000 to $50,000 gamble, which first off, if it was your only $1,000, you should never be doing this, right? But a lot of people, they chase that and they will be chasing that high forever, even if they got some success immediately, and then they're going to start getting poor results. And for the same person I just mentioned that turned the 1K to 50K, the market nuked and retraced on this coin. And 1K for him was not a big amount of his portfolio. But then he called me one day and he was trying to put his whole portfolio into the same coin after it retraced like 90%. He was going to put $250,000 into this shit coin that never recovered. Never recovered. And that's the problem. If I didn't stop that dude, he would have zero freaking dollars after having a quarter mil. Quarter mil to $0. And so thankfully, we talked him out of that, right? But that's the problem, where even if you see some initial success, short-term results, you then get poor results. And then you give up and you say crypto's a scam, or maybe you try chasing the next thing, you move on from meme coins to whatever's next, whatever it may be, and the cycle repeats. If you're always trying to get rich overnight and you never get rich at all, right? Looking up here, pump fund traders. Let's look at the statistics. All this on the pie chart, not profitable. These guys made nothing, so break even, zero. You have this chunk, it's probably like what, 25, 30% that were profitable, but it wasn't even up to the $100 mark. We're talking like, yeah, you made $10, dude. $10 overall. And this is from pump.fun, right? Where they're tracking wallets. Made over $100. This right here, was that 10%, we could say? Maybe. These guys made 1,000. These guys made 10K. So if you're this little sliver trading meme coins and you happen to make 10K, get out before you freaking become any of these other guys. Because statistically, this is not going to. I hate to be that guy. My girlfriend's brother reached out like a year ago. And he was telling me how he was getting on BullX. He was going to trade memes, put a couple grand in there. And I was like, hey, don't do that. Like, let's just buy Solana and some other things and like do it this way. He didn't listen. Is he in crypto anymore? No, he's not. Long story short, right? Why? Not profitable, aka we lost it all. Don't tell his girlfriend, right? 99% of traders fail. 100% of traders want to get rich quick. Let's get rich overnight. You see it on Instagram, you see it on YouTube. Let's make some freaking money, right? 60% quit after a month. Guys, I just started boxing. I got to box Jake Gordon in the ring in February. You think after that first session, it didn't cross my freaking mind that like, oh man, I got to quit. But I can't quit because I'm committed to fighting that dude. Sparring that dude, and I can't let him drop me so easily, right? I got to have a fighting chance in the ring. 80% quit in the first 2 years. It's just too hard. It's too inconsistent. 7% of people remain after 5 years. Do you think you're going to remain after 5 years if you're not profitable? Do you really think trading is the answer for you? 1% of traders profit net of fees. 1%. After all the fees and the leverage you're paying for and everything, 1% of traders profit. Are you the 1%? Okay? Are you the 1% that's going to succeed? I don't think so. I don't want to be the 1%. What I have done is brute forced my way to success. I'm brute forcing my way through. It's the same with YouTube, guys, right? Where like even YouTube, right? I didn't get lucky. I'm not over here with like 1 million fucking subscribers and shit like that. Let's look at this. Let's look at my channel, right? Look, I have 1.3 thousand subscribers. I made 1.1 thousand videos. Do you think, let's look at this. Let's look at this right here. Look, all this shit, all this learning, all this just giving nonstop value, no matter if freaking what? There's got to be like one with like, I know there's like a 13 view video here somewhere, right? Like, maybe they've gotten better over time, but 60 views, all this for 60 views, right? I'm not in it for the immediate success. I'm in it 15 views, right? I'm in it for the long-term value, and I will not quit. I will force my way to the success, to the freedom that I want to see. I refuse to fail. And you have to be the same way in crypto, in DeFi. Where are you expecting to get rich quick? No, I don't expect to fucking go crazy on YouTube right away. I don't even need to. I'm making more money through YouTube now than in coaching than I ever would have thought possible, right? I don't need to, but I never freaking quit and I never expected it to happen fast. I took an approach where I knew I was gonna put the hard work in, build the knowledge and skills, and develop a long-term strategy. And that's like what we were talking about today in our freaking community, right? Where we're talking about, hey, the hard work, the fresh capital, this cannot stop. This cannot slow down. We take our fresh capital, we throw it to work in Bitcoin, right? This is a good example, right? If you had $50,000 in Bitcoin, what can you do? You lend it out, you borrow stable coins against it, and then we learn to monetize. This is an example we found together. The APRs fluctuated a bit, but at the time of recording, we found it was doing about 15% a month on the range we set together, right? So if you threw 25K in there, you're making almost $4,000 a month. Right? $4,000 a month. And we're taking that in long term, taking about 75% of it, so that's about $3K a month, going into freaking back to BTC, loop it around, boom, BTC. 25% of it, about $1,000, boop, goes to more USDC. So you hold it for these dips, so when Bitcoin moves down in price over the long term, you're not emotional and scared. You're not trading. You don't care what happens next because you have these systems building. You have your long-term Bitcoin. You have your positions that actively cash flow you 15% a month, and it could be 5%. Say it was only 5%. So what? I have a SUI BTC pool that does me like 35, 40% a year. It's not really insane, but it's consistent, and I just keep cash flowing, right? Then you stack more Bitcoin for free off this position of other assets, make sure they're assets you want to hold, and then stack some cash for if the market moves down or if you need to pay something in your real life, guys. And the hard work doesn't stop. So you take this, and you keep following your system. You build that long-term strategy like I just showed you, right? That was the most simple system. You can make it as complex if you want. And you build those active income streams. You keep your active job. You can't take only you can't be looking to get rich off $1,000. Like, how are you going to talk to me about passive income, liquidity pools, and DeFi when you don't have any active income? You don't have any money, guys. You can't try to cheat the system and get passive income with no hard work. If you're making, the problem is that I'll show people how to make 15% a month. If you don't have any capital, if you have $1,000, truthfully, what is $150 going to do for you? Okay? Is it going to change your life? No. Can we start building with that? Yes. And you should definitely start building. Get your money working for you, but you need to work on your active income as well. You still have to work hard and you have to be patient. And if you do this and you combine it with the passive income and you work as hard as you can on your active income and you take full control of your finances, responsibility, you're buying safe assets, you're buying large caps, we're not gambling, we're building systems, okay? Building systems. Over time, you'll have one of two outcomes. If you build these systems, but you still go too degen, you chase meme coins, like let's look at this little one right here. I have $1 in this pool, right? But this is a super wide range, 300% on it. And let's say you did something where it was like pretty tight. You know, I don't know. This coin may do complete shit. It may do good. Let's see. But say let's go even tighter. 1 second. Go even tighter here. 1,000%, 1,000% APR, making $100 a month. Sorry, 100% a month. You're making 100% a month off this position, right? What happens is if you go too degen and it's unsustainable on some asset that can go to shit, can go to complete trash, then you lose your gains, you lose your portfolio, and then you hop in the comments and you say DeFi is a scam. DeFi is a scam, crypto's a scam, but you were probably gambling memes or you were going down the freaking rabbit hole doing crazy shit, right? It's like, why is it earning 1,200%? Maybe because no one has this freaking coin, right? If you're doing it with long-term assets that will win over time and you work hard on your active income and you're patient and you let time be the leverage in your portfolio, you don't need to get rich overnight. You're not 95 years old and you have to make a bunch of money so you can live the last year of your life free. A lot of you guys are probably young like me. I'm in my freaking 20s, right? 26 years old. If you guys are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, it doesn't matter. You have time. You have time to let your portfolio work for you. The whole reason we started buying Bitcoin and crypto to begin with is because we know the dollar is going to get inflated away over time, right? We want to be in assets so our money works for us. Take it a step further. Make your assets work for you too. Your assets are avoiding the dollar. They're working for you, but let's get yield on yield. Let's continue to put our Bitcoin to work. We're avoiding dollars. Well, now let's leverage those dollars that are so shit and put them to work. And we're just increasing the game. And you're patient. If you just are patient, and you let this do its job, like a lot of the guys joining our group, which, by the way, our group is scaling tremendously. We have, let's see how many members we have now. 130 members, guys. 130 members. We've been growing at a great pace. We're dropping tons of value in here. Group calls all throughout the week. All throughout the week, we have our group calls here, and we have our classroom section as well, where Make Money in Your Sleep. That's via me. Lots of modules and courses in here. And then we have DeFi Masterclass 3.0, which is coming out soon. It is about half released at the current moment. Tons of value in here. Hours of content. You get to work directly with me and others in our community. Again, 130 members inside. 24-hour access. If you guys are interested, the link will always, of course, be down below. Apply to work with us directly, and we'll see if you're a good fit. We'll get you to printing, and this is the game. This is the game. If you're making, let's say worst case again, you're making 5% a month, 10% a month. So you get to 15% a month, and you let that do its job over time, regardless of the market moving up or down. You're just printing cash, buying more Bitcoin, stacking stables for whatever happens next. You will no longer be so scared and make bad decisions, lose your money, pull out at the bottoms, buy at the tops. You have the potential to do something actually amazing with your portfolio. You really do, but you have to systemize and understand that this is not a shortcut. Everyone tries to make crypto a shortcut, and it's not. And that's the key thing I've learned. Listen, I've done it too. And every time I've tried, I've lost money. Every time people like make money gambling memes or trying to get DeFi positions that are printing like 2,000% APR, not every time, but 99% of the time, it's not going to work out. So it's very important that if you do take those plays, you do it with your risk-free capital that you're earning here. This free 15%, if you want to use some of this money over here or whatever you're earning and use that for risky stuff, go ahead. It's on the house, right? But don't take your foundation away in gambling. Put it in safety. Put it in top 10, top 20 coins. If you feel like you just can't buy Bitcoin, put it in top 10, top 20. Borrow against it. Put it to work. Don't go down the risk spectrum with borrowed money. Stay in that top 10, top 20. Use this risk-free money to then make the gamble plays you need to make, or just keep stacking the plays that you know will win long-term for sure. You're not going to fumble your whole bag buying Bitcoin. It's a proven freaking asset now. It's staying around for the long term. It's not going to go anywhere. Most of us believe Bitcoin's going to go to, let's say, $1 million someday. So right now, you need to focus on not making as much money as possible, but letting your portfolio work for itself. It creates this infinite flywheel where your Bitcoin is working for you to accumulate more of itself. You just have to be a good steward of your money, manage this correctly so that you can win long term for sure. Look at the YouTube channel. Win for sure. Win for sure. I'm not teaching you motherfuckers how to gamble a freaking meme and get money overnight. It's not sustainable. It's full of people that are getting paid to show you coins and paid to show you certain apps and exchanges, and I don't need any of that. I'm literally showing you how to win. And if you want to work with me, you can pay me and I'll work hands-on with you to do this, but it's not going to make you rich overnight, but it's going to make you rich for sure if you do this correctly and you keep working hard, you keep injecting fresh capital, you let your portfolio work for you, right? If you're doing 50K, this example right here is doing 4K a month, right? If you have a 50K portfolio, if you had 100K, it's doing 8K a month, right? That's insane. That is life-changing. If you've got $5,000, this might be doing $400 a month. Look right here. I've got a little portfolio right here where there's $3,000 inside of it, and it's doing $300 a month. Sometimes it says about $500 a month. Sometimes it says this $290 right here, right? The APRs fluctuate. It's a business. It's a service-based approach. It's a business. I'm running my own exchange, okay? And I use this, and let's say I only make the 300. Okay, I made 10%. Hey, just buy more Bitcoin. And then you can take your little Bitcoin that you earned, your $300. If you only had $3,000, I mean, this would be off like let's say you had a 10 grand portfolio. You borrow like $3,000, you put it to work, you make an extra $300 a month. Hey, there was a time in my life when $300 a month would be freaking life changing, bro. But you can just use it to buy more Bitcoin, and you lend that Bitcoin out, you borrow against it, you put that money to work, and then you just take it, reinvest it, buy the assets that will appreciate over time, and you freaking take out debt and the stuff that we don't want. Right? Right, boys? Do you guys have any questions? Of course, always drop them in the comments below. Click that link below if you want to work one-on-one with me. We have 130 members where we can teach you to get the portfolio that is printing you an amount that will actually change your life and help you win for sure over the long term. I'm not here to get rich overnight. I make all these videos talking about how, hey, calm down. We're going to win over the long term, okay? It's all a lie. Crypto is either going to fix your life or it's going to destroy you. Why will it destroy you? Because you're being a little degenerate. You're trying to force it. You're trying to force getting rich right away. My personal, like with YouTube, like I said, 1,000 videos. I'm not trying to force anything here. I mean, I am trying to force it. I'm not trying to force it overnight, but I'm forcing it to happen. I'm not trying to get lucky. I'm doing hard work nonstop. It's the same way when I'm trying to get this initial capital right here. When I started my crypto journey and I'm looking for this first 50K, guys, dude, I was working 2 to 3 jobs. Working nonstop, selling cars all day, go to the bar then all night. I didn't sleep. There was days where I could barely move, like get up the next day. And I literally was like, I need to quit. Like, I'm so done. And I didn't. And then I sleep on Sunday, like all day, and then it was fine. Do it all over again, right? And that was the game. But then now I'm in a position where we're no longer worried, right? Like it's not that stressful anymore because we have the big bags, right? And you got to work the same. You got to bust your butt, and then make your crypto bust its butt and put it to work too, essentially. And that's the game. It's an infinite game. You put your crypto to work, and you make more money off the crypto you already own. It's the whole game. It's what I want to teach everyone. And if you want to work with me, click the link below. 130 members inside, and we'll get you started. And we'll help you start making money, cash flow, passive income off the crypto you already own that you bought with your hard-earned active income. And this is what changes the game and helps you win for sure. Guys, click the link down below, and if not, YouTube says you want to watch that way, this video.